good morning. Welcome to you. How are you doing today on this very bright but quite a frosty morning here in Merseyside? Today I'm going to be making some necklaces with you. You can see them just down here in the corner. I'll give you a little sneaky peek before we start. These are our Shamballa pearl necklaces. I'm using glass pearls, some gorgeous little acrylic spacers, and some beautiful Shamballa beads. Now, Shamballa beads, if I can show just one up nice and close to the camera, are these absolutely beautiful, very sparkly, multifaceted. Can you see all those crystals on top? It's a gorgeous bead. They're usually made from clay. They're covered in these small little crystals. It looks like a little disco ball. So it's perfect for the party season, and they catch the light just beautifully. They're called Shamballa beads because Shambhala is a word in Sanskrit. So it means place of peace or place of silence. You can see them all here sparkling on my mat, all those beautiful colours that we've got. And it was, Shambhala is a place or like a hidden kingdom in Tibetan Buddhism and Hindu traditions. And it is meant to be where the enlightened people live. So like a spiritual paradise or a centre of wisdom. So it symbolises a state of inner peace, tranquility, and a spiritual awakening. So I'm going to be using them as little accents. I'm going to be using 5 pieces of those in my necklaces today, along with these beautiful gorgeous coloured glass pearls, so they are complementing those Shamballa beads. Really, really pretty. You often see Shamballa beads in bracelets, which is again inspired by those Tibetan and Buddhist traditions. So it represents, it's too sparkly, I can't even get I'll show you them in this colour and I'll show you them in the other colour. So it represents kind of your peace and spirituality, kind of a spiritual consciousness kind of things. But really, I just like them because I think they're sparkly, and this time of year I'm all about the sparkle. So they're going to be the gorgeous necklaces that I'm going to be making with you today, and I'm going to take you over to the website so you can have a little look at all those colours in their absolute glory. So let me say a quick good morning to everybody. Good morning to Anastasia. She's wishing me peace and love, which is perfect for these very kind of peaceful, spiritual, lovely little beads. I say little beads, I think they're 10mm in size, so they're quite a good size. Well, because they're made of clay, they're not too heavy either. They're just filled with sparkle. And so they're like little disco balls. I really think they're very lovely. So peace and love back to you. She says, how am I doing? She's coming in from the USA, Atlanta, Georgia at 5 a.m. and it is 46 degrees. It's real cool right now, she says. My car was frosty this morning. I don't know if it's going to work. My car doesn't really like the cold. The battery plays up quite a little bit. So we'll see if I can get it going this afternoon. But I think it should be warming up. The sun is very bright, as you can see. So enjoying these kind of wintry mornings. Good morning to Fairness Born. She says, good morning from a cold and sunny Barrow. Hello, Rachel. How are you doing? Good morning to Jan. She says, it's chilly but sunny in Sudbury. Good morning to Anne. How are you doing? Joanne's in as well. She says, good morning, Natalie and everyone from a cold, sunny Coventry. I hope everyone had a lovely weekend, not too disturbed by storm. Claudia, Friday, it was very, very wet and very, very windy. But it kind of tapered out for us over the weekend, which was good. The roof is on-ish in my house. Not that it's been blown off by Storm Claudia. It's just only just been done because I'm having renovations, as I'm sure you're very aware now. But nice and peaceful today. You know, this Shambhala meaning is that, you know, place of silence, that kind of silent kingdom of wisdom. And today my house is nice and silent because my husband's working away, my little one is in school, and I haven't got a builder in sight, so there should be no drilling. It should be nice and calm and a place of silence and creativity for you this morning. Good morning, bonjour, to Susan Richer, who's watching in sunny Burgundy. She says in France, and she's giving me a wave. Hello to you. Good morning to Izzy. How are you doing? Not seen you in a little while. She says, good morning, Natalie and fellow makers from a cold and frosty Scotland. And Joanne says, my inner magpie really likes those beads. I'm going to take you straight to the website now. I just love the amount of colours that they come in. And pairing them with the pearls, I thought I use the glass pearls quite a lot because at Totally Beads we have so many beautiful colours of them in all different sizes, and I thought I'm going to be able to pair these really easy, thinking what goes nice with this Shamballa bead. So I think I've done a good job. Pat myself on the back. Right, over we go to the website. We are, of course, totallybeads.co.uk. Close my camera off. That's not what I was meant to be doing. I just wanted to share. There you go. Here we go. Is all the settings okay? I've not knocked off the sound, have I? Do let me know if it's all gone array. Totallybeads.co.uk is our wonderful website where you can find all of our video tutorials. And if you click into either this one here or this one there, or drop down in the Learn to Make Jewellery category, you'll be able to see all of our recent and very pretty makes. So head into Shamballa bead necklace. I didn't give it a name because the name is Shamballa. So if you're wondering how to find it, you can just click on Shamballa and you'll find it there. Good morning, Heather. How are you doing? And Anastasia says, yes, the beads are beautiful. Camille says there's no Facebook again. Waiting for a notification. It does say I'm on Facebook, but actually I don't think I've seen any comments from Facebook. If you're watching on, I have Joanne's on Facebook. Drop me a comment, and so's Anne as well. Give me a little wave. Let us know where you're watching from and what you're watching on. Janice says, at last, calm sunshine and blue sky in Swansea. Right, okay, so Shamballa necklaces. You can see here we've already discounted these very generously. I say we, that's the powers above or below if you're going to go down, because it's down south from me. But yeah, the warehouse and the wonderful Totally Beads team have discounted these for you. So they should be £8.50. And our Shamballa beads, they are beautifully crafted, so they are a little bit more pricey. But yet we've still managed to do these beautiful necklaces for £6.50. Of course, if you want to change your currency, so if you're watching in France and you're wondering what they are in euros, you can see that they are €6.20. If you are watching in the US, you can change your currency, and that means they're $7.19. Is euros like pennies? They're cents, aren't they? Well, you can see the currency. If you're coming back to the UK, then they are £6, and you can see you can change your currency at the top of the page. We have lots of beautiful colours. I've got a dark gold, a denim blue, a lemon chiffon, a pink magenta, a purple velvet, which I'm going to demo with today because they're out on my mat. I've got a silver dust, and I've got a wisteria, which is a beautiful kind of, wisteria purple. It's kind of it's not quite lilac, it's just a lighter purple from the purple velvet that we've got that is very deep and very dark, but they're all very sparkly. Some of them are going to come on silver findings, some of them are going to come on gold findings. They've all got the kind of clay base, and then they're coloured, and these the Shamballa beads, and then they've got the sparkles, and the sparkly crystals will be in the colour of the bead. So for example, those purple velvet will have a deep purple crystal on them, and the white ones will have just this gorgeous kind of clear silvery sparkle on them. And then I'm matching them with the same colour findings in terms of my rondelle spacers. So some will be on silver, some will be on gold. They're all £6.50. they're all the same sizes in terms of all the components that you're getting are going to be the same size. The only thing that differentiates is the colour. So this is the dark gold. I'll let you have a little closer look. Should be £8.50, just £6.50 today. It's going to make up one necklace. You're going to get 5 beautiful beads in there. So if you hover over, you'll see those beautiful twinkles. I'm going to be using those glass pale rounds, which are a size 6 in this colourway. They are the dark gold, and I'm going to be using 4mm acrylic spacers, also in the gold in this one. The Shamballa bead is named Topaz. Obviously you can get more if you want to. Oh, Disco Buy, any 10 for 40%. Don't know what that little link is, but if you want to get more of these, if you want to make a matching bracelet, you can just quickly add them into your basket. If you are to buy this kit, you're going to get your Tigertail, all your findings, which is your Lobster Clasp, which is 12mm, your Callottes, your Crimp Beads, your jump rings, which are outer diameter 6x1. You're going to get all of the acrylic spacers that you need for this make, and you're also going to be getting 5 pieces of those Shamballa beads and your general glass beads as well. In terms of how I place this together, you can change this up, but I'm alternating between those acrylic space beads and the bead. So whether I'm using the glass pearls or the Shamballa, I'll be having a little spacer either side just to add more beauty into the mix. I'm going to be starting off using 15 of those glass pearl beads, alternating with the spacers, then I've Shamballa, then I'm going to add 9 into this little section here, another Shamballa, 3 glass pearl beads, Shamballa, 3 Shamballa, and then working my way back up with 9 and 15. So you can start from your center if you're not quite sure how you want to put yours together. I always find if you work from the center, you can change your pattern as you go, and you can add whatever onto one side onto the other side, and that's going to give you a nice kind of symmetry to your piece. If you're going to follow me exactly as I'm doing, then you can start off with your finding, adding your Callotte and your crimp bead, and you can work all the way around the necklace, so whichever is easiest for you. So this one here, using those gorgeous topaz, is the dark gold Shamballa necklace. I'll whiz through them quickly. We have the denim blue. Absolutely love this colour. You can those denim blue pearls on there, and then we have the most gorgeous dark turquoise. Now it says dark turquoise. For me, I suppose the crystals have got a little bit of a turquoise to them, but for me it's just deep blue. I'll show you them close up to the camera in a moment on my mat so you can see them. But because they've got those gorgeous crystals all the way around them, completely covered in that bead, then the light just bounces off them. So very, very pretty little disco balls. So that one is your denim blue. We have the lemon chiffon, which looks like this. Again, you're getting all of your findings in this one. The denim blue, sorry, was on silver. This one is going to be on your gold, so you're going to get those gold spacers. Oh yeah, Heather, she says definitely work night out necklace. Mina says the colours are lovely. Joanne says the gold is definitely giving me Christmas vibes. Good morning to nice 25 us, or that could be US because you're watching all the way in Arizona. Thank you for visiting me today. Hope you are well. We are doing the Shamballa pearl necklaces. So you can see this one is using the gorgeous chiffon. We've got those acrylic rondelles for you in 4mm and an old Shamballa bead. They are 10mm in size as well. So they're going to add that texture, they're going to add that sparkle, and they're going to add just an extra kind of pop of colour and richness to your piece. So that one is your lemon chiffon. We've got the pink magenta. If you're a pink girly or guy, then this one is for you. Really, really beautiful. I love the colour of these pink magenta glass pearls. They're really, really vivid, and I've put them with the fuchsia, so they look in a slightly different pink, but I'll show you them down on the mat and you'll see just how beautiful they do go together in terms of a kind of match. The sunshine is becoming rather blinding. but I'm not complaining because it'll disappear and I'll just be like, it's cold. So if you see me squinting, as long as I can see the beads and you can see what I'm doing, we're all good. This one is your purple velvet. This is what I'm going to be demonstrating for you today. Again, this one is going to be on your gold findings, so your gold acrylic spacers, lobster clasp, Callottes, crimp beads, those kind of things. All going to be using a Tigertail today. I think the Tigertail is a 7 strand, so that tends to mean you've got very fine pieces of wire kind of all wrapped together and entwined in a nylon coating, which makes it very strong and sturdy, perfect for using the findings and the crimps to attach your clasp to. Really easy to use, giving that lovely strength and shape to your jewellery. So you can see here, this is your dark amethyst with the purple velvet. I'd say lastly, but it's just, they keep going. Oh, there's more. Oh, computer's slowing down. No items found. Well, that's not a good sign, is it? Where have you gone? There we go. Back again. We have silver dust, which again, just giving me festive, to be honest. They're all festive because it's just, I think they're perfect party wear jewellery, but you can wear these whenever you want. They would look gorgeous with a fancy dress. Not fancy dress, but a dress that is fancy. It'd also look lovely with a t-shirt. You could wear these with a gorgeous high-necked kind of jumper. You could wear these with whatever you wanted to. These ones are with the silver dust pearls, and you've got just, it just says crystal. So you've got, you can see there, this is a good example of how you can see how the beads are made. So you've basically got like a white clay underneath it with all of those gorgeous sparkles all the way around. Nice generous size drill hole as well. If you did want to add any extra in, maybe you just want to take one out and want to keep one for a bracelet. Maybe you want to make multiple bracelets instead of a necklace with this, but these kits will make one necklace in this size with this design. And lastly, we've got the wisteria. I'll show you these again down on the mat so you can see the difference between those beautiful kind of dark purples that we're going to be demoing with today and those lovely wisteria. If you wanted to multi-buy the kits, you of course could mix the colour of your Shambala and your beads. They would be beautiful. You could just maybe have like a dark one in the middle, or you can alternate between them, but you're going to get 5 pieces of your Shamballa beads. Again, all the sizes are there for you. I'm using 6mm glass pearls, 10mm Shamballa beads, and 4mm spacers. This one is in the silver findings, and they are on antique silver spacers. So that's that. I think I've explained all about the wonder of Shambala. Often they're used in bracelets. They are traditional to Tibetan and Buddhist kind of traditions, and Hinduism, I think, as well, in terms of the word Shambhala. I think it's a bit like kind of like a nirvana, that place of tranquility, silence, and wisdom. So, or party, if you're here with me today. Right, can you just, I mean, the light of wisdom shining in my face. I'm just going to put you back down on the mat, but just so you can see what I'm working with at the moment. Absolutely blinded by the sunshine, which is nice, I suppose, isn't it? I didn't think, what is going on? Sorry, I'm having random buttons. No, just want to get there you go. Yeah, I didn't think I'd be needing sunglasses to demonstrate this morning. Let me see if I've missed any comments, or of course any questions. If you've got any questions, please drop me a comment and I'll do my very best to answer it. Joanne saying everything's fine on Facebook for her. Good morning to Elaine. Thank you for joining us. Yolanda's in as well in a cold Michigan. Camille says her Facebook has just woke up. I don't know why it does the things it does. Joanne said she had a few issues a few weeks ago with notifications, and she wanted to check what was going on. She had to start the notification. Usually, if you are on Facebook, you can find the Totally Beads page on there, and we also have a kind of group where we share. So it's like a handmade group, and you can share all of your makes. and I will share, usually I will share the tutorials on there. I'm not able to share the link with the picture on it at the moment, and I don't know why. If you click on the little notification, you should be notified. Sometimes if you unclick it and then click it again, like follow, it will give you notifications. And I don't know whether it's a little bell anymore. Obviously, if you're watching us on YouTube, you can click to subscribe, so you'll be notified of when we go live. And you can follow us on YouTube on Totally Beads YouTube page, or on mine, which is Natalie Pattern Jewelry. And I will share all of my lives that I deliver, which is twice a week, Mondays and Wednesdays at the moment. So who else did I need to answer? Have I missed anything? Heather's liking the blue. Nice 25. I'm going to say US, but it could be us. I'll just call you Nice if that's okay. Is saying beautiful. I love that silver. And Camille is now singing to me Blinded by the Light, which I think is by the streets, if I remember correctly. Right, okay, these are our Shambala necklaces. I'm just going to hold them up close to the camera. That's not right. I mean, this is just a fine example. Like, I'm in shadow now, but you can also see, I don't even think I'm going to be able to get to the window to attempt to draw the curtain. Should I try? I mean, I think it's nice that you can see them when they catch the sunlight. I say I can't get to the window. The room that I'm working in the moment has just been used as a bit of a storage space because I have no kitchen. So I'm having to clamber over boxes. That's a little bit better, isn't it? For now, until the sun moves round. There you go. It's all crazy here. Right, okay, so these are our beautiful Shambala necklaces. I'll take that bobble off my wrist as well. Looks like I've got a big line there. It's just where I've had my bobble this morning. Okay, these are your gorgeous silver. So you can see those silver dust beads, and you can see how the bead of the Shambala bead is made. All of those twinkles. If you're going to get one with colour, then you can see that the bead takes on that colour as well, as does the beautiful crystal. So this one is the wisteria, and if I hold this against the dark purple, wouldn't they just be beautiful together? If you want any extra, you can just add them into your basket, no problem. Just want to show you them so you can see your gorgeous dark gold colour. Really, really pretty. This one is gorgeous. This one is your denim blue. Look how deep. So this has turquoise in the description. Really sparkly, but there's just such a depth to it. Look at that. I am a magpie. I can't help it. This one is your magenta kind of fuchsia-y pink colour. Sparkles, sparkles everywhere. You catch the light, just gorgeous. 5 pieces in each necklace. And then lastly, I think this one was your lemon chiffon. It was indeed. They're all £6.50 for your necklace day. For your kit, for you to make the necklace. But of course, if you wanted to make a little bracelet with them, they'd be gorgeous too. Mina says gold for my Indian outfits. Yeah. But, you know, look how gorgeous. Every colour that I pick up, I think just looks beautiful against the next one. Right, let's get making. I'm going to take my Tigertail and say this is like a nylon coated wire. So you have multiple strands of very fine wire in here, all within this nylon coating. I think this has got 7 strands on it. Just going to trim that little end off. I'm going to cut myself 55 centimeters, which is about just shy of 22 inches. So that would be 30, 40, 55. So I'm going to cut myself 55 centimeters of that, which is about 22 inches if you work in that. So it's going to be really, really strong. It is my perfect thread for bead stringing, which is essentially what this is. Now, if you want to follow my pattern, you can start from your calotte and your crimp bead, or you can start from your center in the middle, and it's up to you how you want to place these beads. You're going to have enough to kind of probably change up your pattern. But what I'm doing is I'm starting with an acrylic spacer, which are 4mm in size. I'm adding 15 of my pearls. Then I'm alternating with those spacers. Then I'm going to add my first Shamballa bead. Then I'm adding 9 of my glass pearls. Shamballa bead, 3 Shamballa beads, so I've got that nice center point, and then working back 3, 9, 15. If you want to, you can start from the center and you can bead outwards, or you can start from the end and work all the way around. It's entirely up to you. When I'm starting my design, usually I will start from the center and play about and see how I like the placement of things. Once I've got it and I'm making up my other color samples, I do tend to work from the end and to the middle, but whatever you prefer to do. So let's start from the middle. So I'm going to take my gorgeous Shamballa bead and I'm just going to thread that on to my Tigertail. You can see it already naturally curves as it's sitting on the mat, and that's fine. It's going to give me that tension. So I'll just pop that one there so you can see the difference in the colour. This one's the wisteria. I'm then going to pour out my little 4mm acrylic spacers, which means they're nice and lightweight, and I'm going to put one either side. If you have a bead stopper, you might want a bead stopper when you come to attach your findings at the end. So I'm just going to pop my little acrylic spacers either side, and then I'm going to take these beautiful glass pearls which I've got on this colorway, which I'm doing for you down on the mat. This is the purple velvet that I'm making with, so the pearls in this are purple velvet in color, and I'm going to add one of those, but I'm going to do 3 for each side of this section. So I'm going to go 1 spacer, 2 spacer, 3, and another spacer. And then I'm going to do the same on the opposite side. So they're nice quick makes to do. You just have to pick up your bead and you're alternating with those little acrylic spacers that you've got in your kit. So I want 3 of the pearls on that side too. Always alternating with my little spacer. So that's going to be the center of my necklace. I'm now going to add another of my very gorgeous twinkly Shamballa beads onto each side. Like so, and always alternating with those 4mm acrylic spacers. Just easy bead stringing today, keeping it nice and simple, letting the beads do all the showing off. So now I'm going to have my little section of 9. Just open up my strand and get those off. So I'm going to take one side. So I'm just picking up my left side of my tiger tail, and I'm just going to be alternating between those glass pearls and acrylic spacers. I feel like sometimes when we have a nice easy make like this, I can witter on about the beads and I can kind of give you a little bit more information of, you know, how they're made and why they are what they are, just because, or why I've chosen them, because it's a nice quick make, so I can afford to take that little bit of time. I don't think I've used the Shamballa beads before. And I don't know why, because we have had them in stock for a while. You correct me, let me know if I have used them before. If you know. We'll be going back about 5 years almost of me making with Totally Beads. Maybe not that long. I don't know. Don't know how quickly we're getting through this year, to be honest. I'm always amazed that, like, you know, mid-November already. I think there's about 30 something days until Christmas as well. 37 or 36 or something. Don't tell me that though, because that's going to make me panic, because I've still not got anywhere to put my Christmas tree. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. No, Nina, I don't think I have either. We traditionally get Shamballa beads in bracelets, but I don't even think I've used them in a bracelet before. Have you used them before? Has anybody used a Shamballa bead before? So just whatever I put on one side, I want on the other side. So now I'm working on the right hand side, and I'm just still going to be alternating each time between my lovely glass beads. So my pearls are nice and lightweight. They give, you know, a similar luster to how kind of a natural pearl would or a freshwater pearl would, but you don't have the, you know, a lot of people wouldn't want to wear real pearls because they don't want to wear like animal kind of derived products or whatever. They're also more uniform in shape because they are, of course, man-made. You get a variety of colours in them, and they are very cost effective. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I should have even amount on both sides. Now I'm going to go back for my last Shamballa beads. So I will have placed 5 into my necklace design. Absolutely, they look like little berries, like little black currants close up. Camille says, yes, I've made many Shamballa bracelets before, some in the red, white and blue theme, and she's still got some. What, you've still got the bracelets or you've still got the beads left over? Have you made a Shamballa necklace before though, Camille? Fairness Bone says, I've used Shamballa beads before, but not in a necklace. Yeah, they are, I would say, more traditionally used in a bracelet. Good morning, Kath. How are you doing? Right, so now I've done my section of 3, section of 9. I'm going for my 15 to fit right at the back of the neckline. So I will just count these out. Just pop them to the side. Always make sure that you are popping your space at either side of the bead, and including the Shamballa beads as well. I just think it gives that little bit of space so your pearls aren't necessarily rubbing up against those gorgeous crystals on the Shamballa. So your Shamballa is 10 millimeters in size. The glass pearls that you get in your kit are 6 millimeter in size, and these acrylic spacers are 4 millimeter in size. So it's just adding that texture, and I think it just accents the colour as well throughout your necklace. So placing them on through the bead hole. All of your components today, all of the beads and spacers have got a good sized drill hole. So you're not going to struggle to get your tiger tail through. That's another thing often when I'm using like freshwater pearls. I'm really stuck often for what beading or stringing material I can use with them. Even silks, if I'm doing like pearl knotting, I'll often find that I need to re-drill the pearl because the the hole in them is usually very, very small. These have got a nice size to them, so you can just slide on to Tigertail or whichever thread you want to use. I think you'd struggle with the glass pearls to pop them on kind of like a rat tail thread, to be fair. You'd need a fine rat tail for them. So Tigertail is, I find, the best stringing material. Obviously, if you're doing like a stitch pattern, you couldn't use it. It would be too rigid and it wouldn't have the kind of fluidity to it, but it's got a good flex. And I'm also going to make sure when I finish with my little acrylic spacer as well. That's going to go up towards my calotte. You will notice I've got more Tigertail than it looks like I'm going to need, and that's a deliberate choice. I want to make sure that I've got enough to kind of hold on to and work off at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Recount these just to check. So whatever's on this side is going on this side. That's going to make this be my centre. Oh, lovely. Camille says she's made both. She made a set, a necklace, bracelet and earrings. They would be beautiful as earrings if you did want to get, I think they're, let me just check for you. If you are, for example, if you were getting this purple velvet kit, you wanted to, you could add an extra piece of the bead, the Shamballa bead, for £1. So if you got 2, you could make a pair of earrings to match. There does have a little code on that though, which just says disco buy any 10, 40%. Not quite sure how that works out. Let me click on it and see if it will tell me. Don't know what that means, but that to me would suggest you're getting an extra discount as well. So if you wanted to buy any extras in, you could really easily do that on the website, just in the content section. Scroll down to the bottom, I'll show you where to find it. And I think they would make beautiful earrings because they've got those crystals that run all the way around the bead. They're just gonna add, it's gonna catch more light because obviously your earrings move as they dangle. They would make nice studs actually. I don't know whether they'd be a little bit big for studs, but I'd definitely pop them maybe on a little eye pin or a little ball pin and have them as very pretty party earrings. A suite of jewellery would be beautiful in this. So in terms of the Shamballa, just to kind of reiterate, they're very, very sparkly. You've got that multifaceted bead made from clay. It's multifaceted because it's covered in gorgeous small crystals. So it's going to catch the light, the crystals on there. It does look like a little disco ball. So I've just been saying how they'd be perfect for party wear. You usually get them in bracelets, Shamballa beads, and they're kind of jewelry inspired by Tibetan and Buddhist kind of traditions. You've got that kind of representation of spiritual kind of peace and tranquility. That's just what they represent. They might not represent that for you. You might just like them like I do because they're sparkly and they're very, very pretty. And here comes the sun again. It's just moved around behind the curtain that I half draw. So in Sanskrit, it means a place of peace or silence. It's meant to be a hidden kingdom of where the enlightened people live, or only the enlightened people live. So like a spiritual paradise. So I think they're used probably for kind of like meditation, or kind of like a, if you've got them on your wrist, it's like a physical kind of representation of that tranquility and kind of spiritual awakening. But in my necklace, just like them because they are a physical representation of me partying the night away, or just, you know, doing the dishes, which I usually am doing. But at the moment, doing them in the bath because I don't have a kitchen. But I'm going to look amazing while I'm doing it. Right, I'm finishing off with my spacer beads. So again, just to reiterate, 15 glass pearls, Shambala. My goodness, it's gone very weird, the light. Then I'm doing 9. Then I'll move my hand. Then another Shambala, 3, and then 3 again, 9 and 15. Each time I'm going to have that little spacer in between. I would like to find my bead stopper, but what I'm doing is I'm just making a mess and getting beads all over the place. So I'm going to try not to let them fall off the end because I've started from the centre. I'm going to attach my findings on this. Anastasia's asking how many Shambala beads come in the kit. The kit will include 5 to make this necklace. So just for £6.50, you're going to get 5 Shambala beads, which I think are usually £1 a piece anyway. You're then going to get all your acrylic spacers that you need for this necklace design. You're going to get all of the glass pearls. You're going to get your Tigertail. You're going to get 2 pieces of Callottes. You're going to get 4 Crimp Beads. You're going to get 2 jump rings, and you're going to get a Lobster Clasp, all in the same colour. So you're going to get every single thing you need apart from your tools. And in terms of tools, all I'm using is cutters to cut my Tigertail. I'm going to use a pair of chain nose pliers, and that will be just to kind of fix in my crimp beads. And then I'll probably use another pair of flat nose or chain nose pliers just to open up my jump ring. So really minimal makes. I don't need my round nose pliers. I don't need anything at all other than like that maybe. That's it. Izzy says, I'm going on a cruise. Oh, this did it to Laura the other day, didn't it? The camera just disappeared. Right, please bear with me. I don't know where I've gone. How bizarre. There you go. Let me just go back into the comments section. I don't know. I don't know, and I can't see. Right at the end, just bear with me. Sorry. No, my camera's gone all twisty McGee. No, it's not. Are we all here? Are we still here? Is my camera playing? Izzy was saying, I'm going on a cruise over Christmas and New Year, and there's a red and gold night. So I think I'll be wearing gold Shambala suite. Thank you for commenting on my angel earrings on the Totally Handmade page. Izzy, I loved the earrings. So I used those cone beads in a necklace a little while ago. And I just think to make them on the bottom of your kind of angel as the skirt, like a flute, was just a stroke of genius. I'm going to give you a little sneak peek. At the minute, I'm working on some beaded angels myself, and they are, I've done all the silver colourways. Still got a couple of the gold ones to do, but I've been making these for the last week or two. 'Tis the season, and Fairness Born, Rachel says those angel earrings are gorgeous. So please share your makes in the Totally Handmade page. Tag me in it, Natalie Patton. I'd love to see what you're making. Yolanda says that sun's really shining on your face. Send it here. Do you know what I might do? Usually I might bring back the sunshine. Oh, who was it? Who was in Lanzarote? When she coming home? Was it Sheila? Who was coming? Who was in? I'm having a mind blank. I did ask them to bring the sunshine back with them, and I think they did. Right, I'm going to take my Callotte and I'm popping it on the Tigertail. So it's going to be facing outwards. I'm going to be taking 2 crimp beads, and I'm going to place my crimp beads on the end of my Tigertail. I'm then going to take my pliers and I'm going to slide it right up to the end of the Tigertail and flatten it out. I'm not crimping my crimp bead, I'm just flattening the crimp bead. I'm holding with 2, holding that Tigertail place with 2 flattened crimps. They're going to sit inside of my Callotte. When I slide the Callotte upwards, it's going to fit nicely inside of there, and it's going to hide them away, give me a nice professional finish. And then I'm going to close it over slightly with my fingers. I want these bits to align. They're not looking quite straight and neat at the moment. So I'm just going to give it a little press and just get those two loops to line up as best as I can. If at this point you think that didn't work, you can take it off, you can trim the end and reapply it. But I've just been able to just press it down gently to get those two little loops at the end to align. I'm now going to push up all of my beads. So I've just pulled on the tiger tail and now my callotte is sitting right up next to that last acrylic spacer. I have got a little bit of length left over. I always prefer, I may have cut a little bit over 55 centimeters or 22 inches to be honest, but I want to make sure I'm not, like if I've got a tiny bit now, I'm going to be struggling to hold on to it. If I've got a little bit of length left, my callotte goes on, again with the loops facing outwards and upwards. I'm going to take one crimp bead and drop that right down this time. I'm going to create the curve that I want in my necklace. So you can see I'm just placing it down on my mat and giving it a little bend. It's going to make sure that there's movement to the beads still. They're not too close up together that there's too much friction and there's no movement. But then also I've not got any like gaps in between. If I've got a big gap there when I wear my necklace, I'm going to end up with the tiger tail on show. So I want that tiger tail to be hidden by all the beads and the finding. So I'm going to push that crimp right down inside of the callotte, and I'm just going to use my pliers just to flatten that one crimp bead down. Now that's done, that's safe and that's sturdy, but I always double crimp just in case if one fails, the other one should be there to keep my piece in place. So I'm then going to add on that next crimp bead inside of that callotte. The sunshine should be picking up that detail quite well, and it's just going to sit on top of my last crimp bead. Again, there's no big space in between them. I want them nice and flush together, and then I'm just going to press down on the crimp bead so it's flattened in the same direction as the one above it. Can you see? There's two crimps there. Now my tiger tail is held in place, my beads are all in place, and that callotte's not coming off. I then come in with my wire cutters and I'm just going to trim nice and close to that last crimp bead. There we go. So I'm getting rid of that excess tiger tail, and then I want my crimp beads, which are here, to just sit inside of the callotte. So I'm going to bend the callotte down with my fingers just to close it over. But you can see it's not fully closed. It's just checking that it's nicely lined up. And then with my chain nose pliers, a little press on the outside of that domed kind of rounded part of the callotte. So just bring those little loops in line together. All I need to do now is take my jump rings, which are also included in your kit. And they are out of diameter 6 by 1. So it's a 1mm wire, which is 18 gauge. So they're very sturdy. I'm going to give it a little twist towards me to open. You can see they're not fully lined up. So I tend to close it and then give it a little open again. I'm only going to open it by a few millimeters, and I'm going to be able to hook that through that callotte, those two loops that are lined up. And then to close, I'm just going to turn it away from me. I want those two parts of the jump ring to be nice and flush and aligned. And then the same again on the other one. I'm going to take my pliers in one hand, and then with my dominant hand, I'm going to just move the jump ring towards me, slide it on through the callotte. This time I'm going to add my clasp to it as well. So 12mm Lobster Clasp. It's got a little hook on the side that if I just give it a little squeeze, it will open up. So I'm going to slide that through, and these Lobster Clasps fit perfectly on these jump rings as well. So you're not going to be like squishing them on. And then to close, I'm just going to go back If you want to take it slightly past the point where the two ends of that jump ring meet, it should spring back fully closed. So you've got that nice seal. And then my Shambala necklace is done. So there you have it. Shambala bead necklaces are £6.50 on the Totally Beads website. We are totallybeads.co.uk. You can get it in dark gold, denim blue, lemon, chiffon, pink, magenta, purple velvet, silver dust and wisteria. If you want to head over to the website, if the page wants to work, let me do this. If you head over to the website, you can click on whichever colour you want. I'm going to click on the denim blue one in this case. And if I want to add any extra Shambala beads into the mix, I will click on that. Not sure what this discount means, but it looks good to me. So if you want to multi-buy, you can do. All you would do is just click quick add, and that will add it into your basket along with these lovely Shambala necklaces, which are £6.50. We ship worldwide, and they come in an array of beautiful colours. I hope you've been a nice quick make, where I've been blinded by the sunshine. What am I making on Wednesday? Yeah, I'm pretty confident on Wednesday I'm going to be making some bracelets, and I might also be making some matching earrings with them. I think I am. It is Wednesday the 19th, isn't it, this week? No, I'm not. I'm going to be making some festive angel decorations. The bracelets the week after. So I'm going to be making some little angels myself this Wednesday, but they're not necessarily going to be for jewelry. They're going to be to hang in your window, to attach to your presents, to pop on your Christmas tree. I'm not going to show you them. I'm going to leave you in suspense, but I'm going to be using a little bit of memory wire, lots of colourful beads, and I think Simon's putting together quite a good little kit for you. Mina says she loves the angels. Well, you're going to hopefully like Wednesday's make. Fairness Born, thank you. She says gorgeous. Kath says, lovely, make it gain, Natalie. And Anastasia says, thank you for the tutorial. It's very pretty. You are most welcome. I'm going to go and, and sunbathe. I hope you all have a wonderful start to your week. And I will see you on Wednesday if you can join me then. Take care, everyone. Bye now.